Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County and Ontario themed city. And make sure to hit the like button too. The like button helps the channel a lot. We are going to be diving into metros today. I know last episode I said we were going to be doing some suburban building, but I think we're just going to save that for the rest of the week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll be doing a bunch of cool residential builds. We have tons of residential demand, and maybe we'll even start in a small town at the end of the week. We are doing a bit of a transit revision again. Well, we're adding to it. It's not really a revision because, you know, we've been trying to do some of these express lines, and I think we just bite the bullet and we just draw in a whole new line altogether. It's going to take quite the redevelopment of some areas, so I'm really excited for that. It's going to really increase transit availability throughout the city. And you know, it's very fitting that we're ending off this little intro right here at Sunken Hills Metro Station. So let's hop out of this and let's start by kind of discussing what the plan is. So last episode we built this area up. I really like how this looks. I actually just shifted this monorail station down, trying to encourage ridership, and it looks like one person is going. So thank you, Carol Cooper. That's fantastic. So at least people are, oh, there's another person. Okay, oh, a couple more. All right, so people are using the metro, or the monorail. So that's great to see. Now let's kind of talk about what we're going to be doing. Well, let's take a quick peek at this. So if you see this line here, this line runs all the way over to this way. And then we also have a line that runs from here all the way up, and then it does a weird kind of transition. So we're going to kind of split off the transitions here. So we're going to keep this line up here, north-south, and then we kind of have the beginnings of a development of a third line here. So that's one thing we're going to be looking at, is just instead of making this one swoop up, we're just going to get it to go straight, and we're going to cut it through towards the lake. Then we're going to make a new line from up here. We're going to scooch it down and then come all the way down to Bathurst Piers. So we're going to almost make like a hashtag through the area here, which is pretty cool. And it's going to really increase the transit use through Old Batherston and also transit connections throughout the whole area. And the reason why I'm focusing so much on transit is because we're going to start diving away. We're going to start going away from the city in the coming weeks. We're going to start, building some cool little small builds, small towns, maybe do something over here with this lake, maybe something with these lakes. So we're not going to really touch on too much transit. I want to get the majority of this done because all the transit that's going to be out of these small towns is going to be pretty much just express systems. So not a lot going on there. If we kind of finish off the city, we need transit to do that. And we already have transit set up for this area. This area we're going to look at today, and this area is pretty good. So pretty much all the transit left in the city is just to fill out the rest of the city that we currently have. So that's what we're going to start with today. So we're going to be playing most of today actually paused on the simulation. And let's start off with the expansion of this line. So let's go back into here. Let's take a look at what we are going to be doing. So we're going to slide over to a metro here. So this line goes from the airport, hits this up, and then we scooch all the way over here. We actually bypass Sunken Hills, and then we go into here where we have a nice four-way or 2 lanes for the trains. That's good. And then we end right here. So we're going to ignore the fact that this green line is here because we're going to change it up relatively soon. When we do the next line, we're just going to run south this way. So we're going to get this to extend. Now, the obvious choice is to just bring it out over here. That works. But I want to leave this to be a tram connection because the way this tram works is you get off the metro here, you hop onto the tram, and then you can go right up into this circle here where you can then hop on this north-south tram line, or you can stay on it and you get to go to the zoo. So it's a It's not a very used one, but you know, it's useful because lots of people are going to be coming here to visit the zoo, especially tourists. So it's like an express to the zoo system, so I don't really want to get rid of it. And I want to keep that usage up, so what we're going to do instead is we're going to take this line and we're going to scooch it right down to the highway pretty much. And I think we're going to look at getting a stop in the Peanut District right here. And then we're going to bring it down into the university. Now I don't want to get it too close to this stop because I don't want to really mess with ridership. And then also the university probably wouldn't want a lot of its land being used up by a metro, especially you know, it's valuable land where they probably plan on expanding in the future. So we're going to look at using Elijah Harper Avenue as a bit of a marker for that. So let's get those first 2 stops in. And let's look at the Peanut District really quickly, actually. So it is a residential neighborhood, which is fine. But it has a nice park right here along a main street, which is the end of High Street, which High Street is a pretty major street in our city. It goes all the way right over here. It turns into Airport Road, which is fantastic. So I'm kind of eyeing somewhere around here and then along Elijah Harper. So I was thinking about getting it right in the park. Now, it's not uncommon to see our metros in parks, and then we don't have to lose development over here. So I'm thinking probably, now I'm also thinking about using this one because I don't really like the larger assets for this little area here, because we could slide into here and we could use something like this or the smaller one, but it's so massive. It's just not really kind of the feel I want to go for with this kind of with this metro line. So we're just going to squeeze this one in, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to place it down, and I'm going to use move it. We're just going to angle it because, you know, it's still going to work, and you can't do this without move it, unfortunately. But I think that adds a cool little, you know, a different vibe to the area. All right, and then we're just going to detail this up really quickly. So we're going to grab a fence, and I think just the park fence works. We're going to turn off our guidelines because that's really useful. Turn them off, I said. And then we're just going to pretty much just make a nice clean you know, fence just along. And the reason why is because I just think it would work. And you know, it kind of separates from the park a little bit. And then we can just grab our concrete really quickly and run that right along. And then we can try to remove it over here, but it's always difficult to get perfect, especially when you're doing something on a bit of an angle here. So let's just scooch this over a touch more. Yeah. And then just to kind of hide some of the weirdness, you can always use these little shrubs. Whoa, bigger than I thought. And if you run them right on the edge of the concrete, it kind of hides it a little bit. Kind of adds like, oh, look at that. That's something fancy. So yeah, that's a pretty good little build here. And then when we're looking at the lines themselves, it's a pretty simple connection, right? So let's get that going. And then we could easily add a stop in here, but I'm going to avoid it. If I so choose to in the future, my plan would be to pretty much just squeeze in this stop right about here in front of the courtyard. Right here maybe. Or even we could even slide it in right over here. But I don't want to mess with this tram. I love this tram. I think it's really cool. I don't want to mess with this junction. I was also thinking about putting it inside of the junction as well. But we're going to at least leave it for today. Okay, so let's go into tunnel mode. I'm going to grab this. We're going to put it into perfect circle or perfect curve. We're going to go to 180 degrees and then kind of guesstimate. I guess if I put this on, we might see it. Yeah, it's about here. And we got a nice clean connection into there. So that is fantastic to see. I mean, it is screaming out for a stop, but we're gonna leave it because otherwise people will just hop onto here and they won't use this tram at all. But I mean, local people will, because there's a stop right here. Okay, well, I'll leave it for now, and we'll see about it. Then we're going to swing this down right over here. So we're going to go right past the disaster memorial, and then we have this beautiful museum and synagogue right here, and we have some nice bike paths, and Electric Avenue is right here. So that is where we're going to get the next stop. So we're actually going to use the same thing, this little tight little asset here. It's really small. Now I was thinking about using a bigger one for this build, something like this perhaps, but maybe right here. You know what, it kind of fits. Oh, it doesn't fit, it's too big. What if we do the other side? Yeah, it's too big. Okay, so that one doesn't work. This one I'm assuming is even bigger. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't really fit in our blocks that we're going for. And we need the line to run on this side along Elijah Harper. So let's go back to our metros here. And let's put this view back on. So we're swinging around right here. Doesn't really matter what side we go on. I'm going to choose this side. So we're on the side of the university. We're going to delete this building pretty much. So let's just remove it right now. Let's see what we kind of have left ourselves. All right, so we'll put it not right in the corner, but let's now grab this. Let's go ground level, get out of here. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to use this path just so people might walk around it, and it'll give us a cool little view. Alright, then we're just going to use concrete to fill in the rest. And you know, this is a pretty cool little shopping area too, so it'd be really useful for students as well to get around the city, because this is kind of a student hub. Alright, so the reason why we're kind of doing a lot of this is some discussion in the comments. So if you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But JMWZ and I have been talking about transit for quite some time, and you know, I've been pretty slow in implementing a lot of the discussion because you know there's other stuff to build. So the reason why we were talking about just getting it over to the lake, but I want to swing it down. I think the idea was really to get it to the university and then to the lake, but I'm thinking we swing it down and bring it by the baseball stadium, because lots of people will want to go to the baseball game. You know, it's a minor league team for the Blue Jays. So we're going to swing it out and we're going to hit the baseball stadium, and then we're going to go out to the lake. So before we do that, we need to connect it up. So let's grab this. We're going to go into tunnel mode. And then we're just going to, you know what? We're going to go into freeform actually, because there's no way this would have that sharp of a connection. So we're going to go right over here like so. We're going to try to stay in city land, and then we're going to swing down under the highway as best as possible, or under the road as best as possible. Oh darn, I was really worried that was going to happen. Sometimes this game, like, I wasn't trying to do this. It was pretty obvious too. Okay. Tunnel. There we go. Hopefully nothing got deleted too much. We'll have to go back and check the zoning, unfortunately. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Come on, you knew exactly what was going on here. Oh, holy cow. We're gonna have to back this whole thing up, aren't we? And be really careful that we're not gonna delete anything else. Alright, so let's just delete this little section here too then. And then we'll just redraw it in ourselves. We're on tunnel mode. That shouldn't have been a problem in the first place, but I clicked a node, apparently. Alright, I'll straighten that out off camera. Yeah, so now it has a nice, a better curve at least, right? So this is like museum station or something like that, because there's a museum right here. And yeah, nothing is too strange about that at all. We swing out. Technically, it will go right under Elijah Harper, and then pop right into the station. And then we're gonna go swing it out over here and then hit up the baseball stadium. So was thinking we can get the stop right here or right here. There's a bus stop right here, so I think we'll just stick onto this side. And now we could use something, one of the newer assets for this build, because it does fit technically. We could just squeeze it through, but I don't know. I like using these smaller ones for this. I mean, it might look nice on this side. And where is Elijah Harper? It's right over here, so it wouldn't be the worst curve in the world if we decided to maybe put it on this side even. Nah, this doesn't really work. It'd have to be right here. Yeah, you know what? I think we're just going to play it safe, and we're going to use these this older asset. Okay, so we're going to put it on the side of the baseball stadium of the road, which is Main Street. Okay, and then we're just going to take that and just throw it over there. And we're actually just going to have to scooch this over for the tree, unfortunately. That's okay. All right, so now let's connect this one up. So we're in tunnel mode. And we're going to just put this on perfect curve. It's about right there, isn't it? There we go. All right, so now we're going to scooch right alongside of here. And we're going to get a terminus by this train station. And then this is how you would get to Strathcona, which is all the way out over here, which is a suburb. So this is probably where we have a couple options, because we haven't developed over here. I think the city would be okay if we decided to elevate the metro right around here, right? So we could elevate the metro, and this is a slope right here, so what we would have to do, now I'm just kind of spitballing this right now, we could get a land, like a ground level one right around here, because it does rise up. Now I don't think it would be this one. It would probably be something like this. Oh, this one goes over a road, doesn't it? No, I'm saving this one for something else later on, so we're not going to use that. We could use this one as well. This one's pretty cool. So I know people leave off of the larger side, so we could just use this one. But we'd have to cut off Manitoba Street right there, unfortunately, because I mean, I think we could get it through. And the reason why I'm thinking about elevating it is pretty much just because if we ever do build it over here, we want to get another stop. We'd either have to go up or down, and I'm just thinking about trying to, you know, make it seem a bit nicer. So if we do rise it up, I think that's enough space right in here to rise the station up a little bit, but we do need the road. This is probably our best option. And we could also just switch out the rail track and then make this a bigger hub with something like one of these stations, because I know some of them have a metro as a part of it. Like, I'm pretty sure this one technically does. This one, I believe, also has a metro station. Yeah, so let's decide to do, because we got to decide on something. This one also could work. Okay, and then we can easily get some pedestrian paths, and this whole area is going to become a park then, because there's no other option. Like it's now useless land, which is unfortunate because it's right beside a tram line, but I mean, it's pretty cool. It looks neat, at least. I like it. You can also then change this up in the future as well. So I'll think about leaving this elevated, overnight before I record the next one, because I think we're going to be building out here anyways. So we'll have opportunity to change it up if we choose. So I'm not going to get any pedestrian paths underneath here or anything like that at the moment, but it is pretty cool. So let's now get this stop in here. So we're actually going to have to slide all the way back over here, because now that this line is complete, we're going to need to do some line maneuvers. So we're going to need to get kind of an express line in here as well. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to actually take this green line and we're just going to delete it. Okay, and then we're going to delete it on this side too. Then here. And we'll leave this one to here, and then now we're going to take the yellow one, which goes out over here. We're just going to get this one to come into the station. Yeah, so it's going to go from the airport to Sunken Hills to here, and then we're going to grab this stop and we're going to move it over to Mackenzie Gardens Station. I'm going to re-add stops over here. All right. And then we're actually just going to move this right over to here for now, actually. So I guess we need to stay on that side. And then we're going to get the stops going at the baseball stadium, and then at the university station, and then we'll throw them back at Mackenzie Gardens. Okay, so that is our new line. Let's throw that sort of here. So it's the yellow one. This is the Airport Express. This is now the Airport Lakeshore. Not really Lakeshore. Let's call it the... Well, it is the East... I don't know. Airport Lake Line. For now, at least. If you have a better name suggestion, which is most of them probably, let me know in the comment section down below. So it's going to throw 6 vehicles on there. I think we're going to need more, so let's start with 10. It's probably going to be too many, but we'll leave that. And then now let's look at a bit of a revision to the north-south line. So the north-south line runs right up through here. We're actually just going to get it to terminate at Pakenhampton Station. So I'm just going to delete that right there. And I guess we'll leave it there. Okay. So Pakenhampton Station, otherwise known as Thornton Gardens or Thornton Square, is going to remain there. It's going to stop there. End of the line. Works. Then right here, we're going to get a second line that's going to run down from Pakenhampton to St. John's to Pride Corners. Then now we're going to scooch it down here. So that is the next kind of goal. So we're lucky that we have this. Oh, I'd never actually cleaned this up. I'll do that off camera, I swear. Then we're going to actually try and do the same thing. So we're actually going to need to use Move It here. We're going to try and scooch this one. Oh man. Okay, let's just try and grab nodes, please. Yes, I'm trying to grab you. Sorry if my phone's going off. You can hear that. Okay, let's grab this one. All right. And then this one too. So right after the bridge, it's going to actually start making a bit of a turn here. Fantastic. Okay, so we're actually going to instead, whoa, make sure we're in tunnel mode. We're going to swing this one out and over. We're going to not connect to Queen Street because I've learned my lesson. All right, so now pretty much what's happening. Okay, let's go. This is coming into the same station, and this little spider kind of look. What we're kind of doing is we're actually just letting the trains bypass each other. So I think the green train is actually on the outside. Yeah, so we have the yellow line going right up the middle, staying in the middle, and then we have the green train along the outside. Alrighty, so now we're going to continue this. Actually, let's get the station in. Holy cow. We haven't even gotten the station in, Steven. So it's over here. We're going to get the next stop over here. We're going to just skip this section because we do have a tram through here. So I'm not too concerned about flow. We also have tons of buses. If we just hop back into this view, yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. So we're just going to skip over the highway, and then we're going to get the next stop right in here because this is the convergence of bus lines, trams, and everything else. So we're going to get a stop right in here. I think it's more of a situation of where do we get the stop along here. We have these 6 blocks, sorry, of options. So we have a tram stop right here. I think the city would probably want to stick onto this side of Queen Street, mainly because we're getting a bit close to the water and it's probably not good. So if we look at where we have our stops, we have a blue stop over here. I actually think we're gonna have to move that tram stop over onto this side. So let's go into trams really quickly and let's just grab this and we're gonna move it right here. The main reason is because it's a bit closer to here if we're gonna transfer. So let's hop back over to metros and let's just plop this down right here. And let's delete these buildings. And let's just take a quick peek at the zoning. Okay, there we go. Let's take that all off. We'll get 2 small shops right there. And then I want to be able to get a path behind here. And that was kind of the reason of getting the the tram stop right there. So let's click home, make sure we're not building underground. We'll go right across like that. Then right up like that, and then right up like that. And I think that these would probably get redeveloped. So when we take another look at transit-oriented development, I think this is going to be a situation where this is going to happen. Why don't we just take charge of that right now? So we're going to delete these. And this would probably become a condo right here. And right here. And then why not just make the whole thing condos? I'll keep an eye on it. Make sure that nothing funky is going to happen. We could just run a path right up the middle, actually. That would be pretty cool. Let's turn off guidelines. Okay, and then let's just move it into the center. All right. And then I'll just actually cover this whole thing because it's going to be built up anyways. And we also have a bus stop right there too. So that's convenient. So let's just see what's going on. Yeah, we're all good. Nice. I'm just going to wait for these to be built because I want to make sure that they're nothing weird. Yeah, this is going to become quite the little hub here. And this is a prime spot for redevelopment. Okay, so this is European buildings, unfortunately, because I think this district that we're in, Old Batherston, I guess it must not be international. So I hope that is not going to destroy anything else when it comes to those low density buildings. But let's get another one going here. Okay, we got a little teeny building over here. Maybe commercial wasn't the best option for this, but I don't want to spend any more time on here. We're actually just going to slide that over into office, and I'm just going to leave it be for a little while, because I think some small offices here might be nice instead. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, let's see what pops up, because I don't want it to be too big. Those parking spaces? No, that's not okay. Let's not get. Let's delete that building. Yeah, it's a pretty cool building. I'll actually leave them going because I want them to be a bit higher level. So that's okay. Sorry for wasting your time there. Alrighty, so let's swing over here. We're gonna get the next stop right over here. So we're actually just gonna swing up and over. Now I know I said we were gonna get on the other side, but that was too cool of an opportunity to build there. A cool little block. So we're just gonna swing out and around, and then we're going to get a stop right in here. So this is an area that we built up last episode, or last week, I think. Was it last week? It might have been a bit later on. So I was thinking about using a bigger subway station for this one, but I mean, how could you not just use the small one here? It's prime real estate. I think a small one right here, and I'm thinking right on this corner, because when we delete this building, we get rid of these two, we're gonna have opportunity for more buildings to go up. So that's why I'm thinking this would be a good opportunity to get that here. So we're gonna place that down. So now we're gonna have a bit of a swing out and in. Oh, you know what? We should have just gone on the other side. All right, I'll bite the bullet. We'll just redevelop this whole area. How about that? Next episode, we'll come back. And then we'll place this right here. Okay. Whoops, let's get out of this view. And let's get this bulldozer out. Let's delete the paths here. Let's delete everything. And let's look at redeveloping this whole area. So what we'll do is we'll just throw commercial back through here. And then we'll just get a pathway running down the center. And that'll be fine. So that people can cross the tram, get over. And then we'll do exactly what we did on the other side over here. Okay, then we'll get a connection right up the middle here. Then you just move it. Okay, and then we're gonna zone up this area. So we're gonna grab office. An office, just some small offices. And then we're gonna go high density residential all the way through. I won't worry about the fence this time on the other side. And then we're just filling up the rest with concrete. Okay. We'll let that all come in. And I'll leave it on sim, just so that we can kind of get that going. Actually, no, I can't, because otherwise trains are gonna get all funky. Random trains of thought. Alrighty, so now let's make sure we're in tunnel. Make sure we don't connect, so I'm just gonna click into the garden here, swing out and connect, and then I'll fix that all off camera. And now we have a much better connection angle. 9 meters, let's make sure we're at 12. All right. And then now we're at the trickiest part of this whole build. Right around here we have a subway station. It's warped. It's the warped station. How do we get a subway station to cross here? Because one of my biggest gripes with the subway systems in this game, metros, is that there's not a stacked one. There is assets that have stacked ones, but there's not a stacked single station. So my idea for this is we're gonna have to put it on the other side of the street. And the reason why we're gonna have to do that is so people, like, we could probably put it right here, but if we put it on this side, it's going right under the middle and it's just gonna look weird. So we're actually gonna have to get it on this side of the street. So we're gonna place it down right here. Now we could actually just throw it into the park, but I don't really feel like that's the best option. So we're gonna get it right in the corner of the road here. Then we're gonna have to redevelop this area a little bit. Just take out these buildings here. Whoops, did not want residential, don't worry. And then we're just going to make the rest of it commercial. Sure, whatever. And then let's grab our pavement tool. Pave this all in because it looks funny otherwise. All right, so now they technically cross. It's fine. Now these stops are pretty close together, but this is a pretty big area. Like this is quite the. This is like the heart of downtown, right? So we're gonna get a stop here. Now it's difficult for people to cross this rail line, so we're gonna get another stop right in here. We're actually gonna get it right along Harvey Street because this is quite the prime connection. You know, there's lots of bike paths. There's a bus stop right here, so people can, you know, if they live over here, they can hop on the bus and then get right to the new line. So that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna stick with the small one. Let's find Harvey Road. Is it? It's this one right here. Yeah. We're gonna get it right. Should we get it right here? No, we're gonna get it slightly in the area here. So we're gonna just delete that. What? Oh, there we go. Let's look at the zoning really quickly. Yeah, so we're actually just going to delete a couple of these buildings here. And then we're gonna get commercial right in here. See what pops up. But it makes it a little bit nicer than just having just a weird amount of zoning. Let's delete that one too. And let's just kind of mix the zoning up a little bit. Okay, so now let's connect this one up. All right. And this short connection is pretty much just because it's almost impossible to cross the train tracks. There's a couple methods. There's a bridge over here. There's a tunnel under here. But now it's a bit easier. Okay, so the next cool thing we're going to do is we're going to do something similar to what we did on the other side of this giant park, which is right here. So we're going to... This is a hill. So we're going to get it to emerge out of the hill, and we're going to end at a cool station like this, but on the other side. So unfortunately, this is going to mean the destruction of some condos, but I don't really mind. Seems to be a bit of a gap right here. Don't know why. Perhaps that's because I didn't actually zone it properly. So maybe this is a good thing after all. So I'm going to try to get a right between here, to be honest. I think that'd be pretty cool. Doesn't seem like it's the most trafficked area in the world, but we might have to destroy one condo, and then we're going to look at revising the park. But we're going to emerge right about here, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world just to move this path. So let's grab these two nodes here. Let's just scooch it over like so. This guy, we're gonna do that. This guy, we're gonna swing down. Sorry, my phone's going off. Okay, and then we need to choose a spot for the station itself. So I don't want to write on the waterfront like we did the last one. It's going to be a bit more of a centralized station around here. So I'm thinking right in here along Elizabeth Street is probably a good option. We seem to have used this spot up for a school. That's tough. And a library too. That is the prime location. All right, so that's kind of where it has to go, I believe. Yeah, we could upgrade this one segment of the tram, to be honest, to be a bit of a bigger road. Just like the OG. Whoa, make sure it's ground level. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, and yeah, you know what, I like that. Now we actually got to get this to connect though. So we're gonna swing it down and around. This is gonna have to move. Let's put this right beside the restaurant, I guess. Or you know what, this should just go down here. Beside the condo. Okay, and then this gazebo, we'll just move over here, and then we'll just lower it. Whoa, what a huge hitbox this has. All right, okay, and then we'll delete this parking lot and that. Holy cow, we're so out of time. And then we need to scooch this the other way than we did. Okay, I think we might need to get this on the other side of the street then. So let's just grab this, move it on the other side, okay? And then delete. Whoops. Okay, well, it looks like the city has been rezoning over here. Got a bite burger, that's actually fantastic. Okay, so we'll leave that, and then now we can swing out over here. Let's grab these two nodes here. And we'll scooch it over on the other side. Okay, we need segments now. And then we're gonna grab this one, put it over here. Okay, and then now let's actually try to get this to connect up. So let's go underground. And it looks like we need to pretty quickly rise up. So right about here, I think we're gonna go to elevated. Let's click home. And then we're going to slide up right to here. I'm gonna click that. Okay, and then we're gonna grab this node right here. Let's actually go into Network Multi-Tool and just click here to here. 3.4%. That's actually not horrible. And then we're just gonna scooch this back a bit and then rise up a bit more, please. Okay, and then we're gonna go into the tunnel mode because this is how you have to access this apparently. Let's grab that node, there it is. And we'll scooch this back to about here. And then this also needs to rise up. Okay, how many nodes do we have right here? That's too many, so I don't know if we'll be able to delete this node. I hope we can. Nice. And that's pretty good. I don't really mind about the slopes underground. And we'll have to fence this off, though. And, okay, so let's go back into here. Let's turn collision back on. Let's go back to elevated. And then I'm just going to grab the node with move it. Okay. We'll worry about this another time. All right, so we got some redevelopment space over here. Let's get this in line. Well, let's get this the stop going. So we'll get the stop here. Oh, forgot to actually connect this up. Let's make sure we're underground here. Okay. Create new line. Stop. 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 Swing out all the way over to here. Stay on the outside. Get another stop. And then we need to... Okay, for some reason... Why wouldn't you let me do that on the other side? That's okay. I'll play around with that off camera. Because we are so out of time in today's video. Let me swing all the way down over here. And this way. Then we end the line. Okay, so we have a new subway line. Metro Line 5. This is the Queen Street line. Or the Queen line. It will have 3 vehicles on it. No, let's get 6 for now. And let's make the Queen line red. Very different than the other Metro line colors we have. Okay, so that is that one. Then we were just going to draw an express line pretty much. So I think I have them all now. Yeah, so we have a line that goes from here all the way out, Batherston, connects up with here, a little connection here, goes to Union Station, and then out over this way. We have a line that goes from here straight north and then ends at Thornton Square. We have a line that goes from Thornton Square all the way down over here to the Batherston Piers. And then we have a line that goes from the lake, Daffodil Park, up and over. It's pretty wild. Hits up the university, hits up Mackenzie, goes to this main park here, hits up over here, and then over here. So we can also add express lines. I'm not sure how this is going to really play out in its effectiveness now that we have this over here, but I kind of want to get a couple express lines. Pretty much it's just going to go from major points, like a major point to major point. So let's try this out. Let's get that stop right here. And we're going to get this one from the lake to Mackenzie Square. I've never really done this before, to be honest. Mackenzie Square over here. So we'll get this in the middle. Then we're going to bypass, and then go right into the airport. Bypass into the middle. Okay, it wants to go over here. I'll try to work it off camera because it's a little difficult to do this while we're kind of on the go. Ah, I see why. Maybe we had to bypass it. Oh, there we go. Add stop. Okay, and then... What the heck? Add the stop in. Okay. I think I might have to bypass this one for now. I'll get it back on camera, but I'll have to do it off camera. And then we swing all the way out, and then we'll complete this express line. So that is Airport Express 1, just for now. And it'll have 2 vehicles on it, or something like that. 3, sure. I'm trying to rush so we can finish under an hour. And then I wanted an express from... Yeah, we'll do it from here. From here, then we'll hit up Union Station. So it's just bypassing things, really. And then it's going to go all the way out to the bus stop. And then skip the station, and then go right to the airport. And then back to the bus stop. All the way over to Union. And the reason why we're doing this is because the Union line for the train doesn't really work. So we'll do that. And hopefully it doesn't clog anything up. I'll be watching it pretty carefully off camera. Airport Express 2. And we'll start off with 3 again. Okay, so the Airport Express lines are going to be white. And then the Airport Express line 1, white, okay. The Airport Lake line is yellow. the east-west airport screen. So the north-south one is going to be going for more of an orange. Okay, there we go. And yeah, so hope you liked today's episode. Lots of metros today. But tomorrow and the rest of this week are going to be more building. So I'm going to watch this off camera. I think tomorrow we're going to get a bit of a tweak before we do the building, just because things are going to happen. Things are going to shift around. So yeah, let's hop out of this. Let's find something that we built today, which is all the way over here, I guess. So I think we can kind of do something like this for the end screenshot. All right, well, hope you have a great day, folks. Talk to you soon. Hello, it's Post-Edit Steven here. I thought I'd just show the city with some CSL Map view mod. Just kind of just go over what we did, because it's a bit easier to see on this screen here. So we're looking at these light blue lines, these teal lines. That's kind of what we did today. The metro lines are light blue. And I did figure it out. I just had the setting wrong. We can actually see the whole map with the CSL Map view mod. So, you know, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool mod. So just really briefly, just, you know, because that video was pretty long today. Let's just look at these metro lines. So we have it starting over here at the William Shatner International Airport, and it swings out to the bus terminal, down to Bathurst Station. This is the one we didn't really touch at all today, except earlier this week, putting in the airport bus terminal station, and that goes right through Union Square, down through the tourism zone, over to the amusement park, and then it also attaches up pretty cleanly with the municipal service station. Then the other line that we didn't really do that much to was the Bathurst waterfront line. So it starts down here, goes north to Union Station, past King Square, through the university, which is this whole block right here, up through Mackenzie Square, and then it ends at Thornton Square right up here. So the new lines we added in today was this one that starts over here as well, and then it goes through St. John's Ward, through Pride Corners, down through Old Batherston, and then ends at Batherston Piers. And then we also extended a line from William Shatner International Airport through Sunken Hills, to Pride Corners, to Mackenzie Square, where we have a bit of a metro bus hub, through the Peanut District, down through the university, Thornton Park, which I guess we got to rename because we refer to this area as Thornton Square. So, and then it ends over here by the lake. So that was the extension that we did at the start of the episode. But I just wanted to show it off in this mod because it's pretty darn cool. And if I just zoom out all the way, and then I just use my arrow keys, I have another one with all of the transit infrastructure that we have in place, all the bus stops and stuff like that. So all the buses that we messed around with last time, we cut them off from going on this roundabout. We see them all cycling through this interchange now, which is fantastic. Except the intercity buses are still crazy, but that's okay. Yeah, I just thought I'd just kind of give a quick glance over of the city with this, just so you can kind of look at it, and I'm sure you can pause if there's anything in particular that you were looking for and you wanted to see a bit more about. But yeah, there's lots to do in the city still, way out over in Strathcona as well. So I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good mod to kind of plan out a city, so highly recommend using it. Tomorrow's video, we're going to be building out over here. We're not going to get as much done as I hope, of course, but we're going to be looking at building around this tram hub, or tram line. So yeah, have a great rest of your day, folks. Talk to you soon. Peace out.